Buruboyan, Burubo Sheshe from Baba Ilekwa's channel. This is your host, Wario Gunda. Somebody actually asked me a pretty good question today, and it was if and does or if Jesus Christ plays a role in Santeria or Ifa, and how if so or how if not, whatever. Well, first of all, I want to start by saying Lukumi and traditional Ifa are a little bit different. So the Oduns can be a little differ from time to time. In Lukumi, I have not found Jesus Christ in the Odun. In traditional Ifa, it does speak of Jesus Christ. In traditional Ifa, it is taught that every kind of form of divination, everything at all, was born from the Oduns of Ifa. Because Ifa is so old, people think that Santeria, like I watched a video, some guy was saying that Santeria is a 400-year-old religion, whatever, but it's not. It's much, much older than that because it derives from Yoruba. And in the Odun of Ofun Meji or Ofun Meji talks about when Jesus Christ was in heaven before he came down to the earth, but of course his name was not Jesus Christ. It was I can't remember his name right off the top of my head, but it's Yeshua or something, but that's where it got derived from, and it came down to being that where he was told by the Awos to make Ebo before he come down to earth, and he bluntly said he was not going to make Ebo to Eshu to open his caminos and whatever. He refused, but he did do some minor Ebos, little Ebos, which got him to the age of 33, to the age of 30, which at the time he was confronted by Eshu in dreams to to make Ebo, that Olodumare was giving him the chance to make Ebo again, because Yeshua came down to bring the true message of Olodumare, of peace, of love, of not all this craziness, you know what I'm saying, and whatever. And he refused again, and at the age of 33, he only got to practice his ministry for 33 years. And he was allowed to arise on the third day and go back to the other side, which is the spiritual world. Went back with the into heaven, if you want to say. But the thing is traditionally Ifa is so much more. I don't know. It has it's just a lot of learning, a lot of knowledge, a lot of things that you know. Everything is born in Ifa. Metal, war, everything's born in Ifa, you know what I mean? And that's the way where we believe it to be from. Now, of course, Christianity got, you know, as the followers of Christ came, obviously, you know, we know about what was going on until, you know, Constantine legalized Christianity and founded the Roman Catholic Church. Historically, that was the first church, and then from there Martin Luther broke off, and then the so on Protestants, all those other sects of Christianity. So it kind of got mixed up, you know, whatever. But yes, we believe that everything came from Ifa because Ifa is the oldest religion. The Odun speak of it, and people think of Ofun Meji as a bad sign or whatever the case may be. A lot about Alaos, but Ofun Meji is a very powerful Odun, but it comes with a lot of things that you have to know. It all depends too on Ire and Osogbo, but in traditional Ifa, Ofun Meji was supposed to come down first, but he didn't. Baba Ije Ogbe came down first. Ogbe Meji came down first, and he was the one. But they're both considered both kings, very high Oduns, Baba Ije Ogbe and Ofun Meji. So yes, to answer your question, Jesus Christ in traditional Ifa does play a role. Now in Lukumi, he does play a role as well, because when the slaves got brought over, they synchronized the Catholic saints with the Yorubian deities. Um, I mean, and that's how that got involved, you know. Obatala, Oshanla, all the caminos of Obatala, the caminos of all the Orishas. And people ask me, well, how could they have so many caminos? How could there be Elegbara and Eshu? Elegwa, the traditional term is elegbara, and it's just like me. I could be a father, I could be a neighbor, I could be a husband, I could be a student. I can be a lot of things, and I act differently as I'm in those different environments. You know what I'm saying? But I am me. You know what I mean? That's, I guess, how the Christians could say the Trinity, three in one, whatever. But yeah, you know what I mean? It is, Jesus Christ does play a role. Now, the thing is, in Ifa, we're taught spiritualism. We're taught to be spiritually content, to spiritually be able to prepare ourselves, to help ourselves. You know, Ifa tells us, okay, you're in Osogbo today. You are in not walking on your spiritual path. Be careful with Osogbo Achelu, Osogbo with the law, or be careful with Osogbo Iku. Be careful with bad luck with death. And then we continue. Okay, what must we do? We consult with Ifa if we can even continue, because some people are destined to just die, or some people have, the awo is usually notified 16 days before his death is a coming. But when it's your time to die, eventually we all have to die. So, Baruboya and Barubo Cheche from Baba Ilegwa's channel. I hope that enlightens you guys a little bit on the whole Jesus Christ thing. And like I said, you can Google some information and find out some stuff. You won't be able to find out too much, but you can find out some basic information just by Googling. You know what I mean? So, Baruboya and Barubo Cheche from Baba Ilegwa's channel.